I'm Wendy, and welcome to Hot Tips with Happy to Host Education. In this video, I'm going to show you all about your shared drives and when you might use them. So we're going to look at when to use a shared drive, creating a new shared drive, setting permissions for your team members, and adding resources. Shared drives are ideal for project work, teamwork, and anything that's not personal. So if you're working on a project regularly with the same group of people, a shared drive is ideal. And if the project team changes over time, the files stay with the shared drive. You can use it in teams within organisations. So if you're in the finance team, HR, or the Learning Resource Centre, all your team members can have access to all the files, but you can set them all different permissions. And you'll know if you're going to use a shared drive if your content isn't personal, but instead it's of interest to a group of people who could change over time. I will talk about some of these features later in the video, but the main things of your shared drive is that in your shared drive, the team is the owner, not any individual. So if somebody leaves, it doesn't cause you a problem accessing the files. In your My Drive, you are always the owner of the file unless you change it. Like your drive, you can give different permissions, but you've got a few extra ones that you can add. So you've got viewers who can only read files, commenters who can add comments, contributors who can add new files, content managers who can add, edit, move and delete files, and managers who have full admin control. You can move files and folders from your My Drive into a shared drive as long as you are a manager, content manager, or contributor. So let's take a look at the shared drives. Click on Shared Drives, which is just underneath your My Drive. And this will take you into the place in your drive where all the shared drives that you create are created. To add a new shared drive, just click on New and give it a name. So I'm going to create a shared drive for the science team. As soon as it opens, it will open up so that you can add content to it. If I want to see where that is stored, I go back to my shared drives. You can see it's in the list here. So again, if I access that, I can now add any folders or subfolders that I decide I need. So again, I can go into New and I can create folder, and this can be lesson plans. I can create another folder for resources and another for admin. So now it's time to add some people to the shared drive. If I click on the name of the shared drive, I can choose to manage members. And all I need to do is add an email address in there. And if I want to add secondary email addresses in there for other people, that's also fine. And I can send that. Now, because they are outside my domain, I'm going to get a warning to remind me that. Obviously, if the people you're adding are in your own domain, that message will not appear, but I'm going to share anyway. And because I added 2 people at the same time, I didn't change their permissions there. But let's see how easy it is to do that. I can click on Manage Members again. I'll see the list. And I have the choice here of changing the access that they have. So I am manager, and manager gives me full access to add people and to delete the shared drive. As a content manager, the person can add, edit, move and delete files, but they can't add or remove people or delete the drive. And I might want to make somebody that's just a contributor. So that person is somebody that I want to be able to edit files. I want them to be able to add new files in there, but I don't want them to be able to remove anything that's in it. So that's a good one to use for that particular type of user. And as soon as I save that's becoming instantly accessible by those people. So let's take a look at how I add resources to this now. If I go to my drive, I can find a resource that I want to add. If I right click, I can add shortcut to drive. Once this is selected, I can choose shared drives and then choose which shared drive I want to add it to, so I can put it straight into the science team. As it's a resource, I'll add it to the resources folder and I can add the shortcut. It will tell me these people need access. I can give them access as editors and I can add shortcuts. The same message being displayed.